Twitter makes an unprecedented attempt to undermine the president's speech online. That's according to some of the president's most ardent supporters, and that's according to One America's chief White House correspondent, Chanel Rion.
Social media giants like Twitter and Facebook, companies who have cornered the digital speech space, have long been criticized for silencing and censoring conservative voices. This charge came to a head Wednesday when, for the first time, Twitter fact-checked the President of the United States. President Trump warned on Twitter how mail-in ballots would open the floodgates to voter fraud. Right below the President's tweets, Twitter warned viewers for the first time to get the facts. A link led viewers to a page cultivated by an army of Twitter fact-checkers. Trump makes unsubstantiated claim that mail-in ballots will lead to voter fraud. To this, the president responded in no uncertain terms. Republicans feel that social media platforms totally silence conservative voices. We will strongly regulate or close them down before we can ever allow this to happen. The president went on to liken social media censorship to other means of stealing elections, doubling down on voter fraud in mail-in ballots and censorship. Social media, clean up your act now. Leading the charge for site integrity at Twitter is a man named Yoel Roth. Roth oversees and directs Twitter's army of fact-checkers. Roth, head of fact-checking, has a vehement and public hatred for President Trump, as evidenced in his personal tweets, accusing the Trump White House of being, quote, actual Nazis, calling the president an orange tangerine voted in by racists in flyover country, and compared Kellyanne Conway to Joseph Goebbels. The debate about social media censorship would be less divisive if it were equally censoring both sides of the political spectrum, but it does not, and the censorship goes beyond domestic politics. This latest fact-check army bias comes at a time when YouTube was caught auto-deleting any language critical of the Chinese Communist Party. YouTube later claimed this was simply an error on their part. That President Trump has now threatened to shut down or regulate outlets like Twitter is seen as contradictory to the conservative free market, deregulate mantra. But this debate is in response to a new phenomenon where billion-dollar monopolistic companies like Twitter and Facebook are caught promoting a leftist agenda under the guise of protecting the truth or fact-checking, using radical politics and monopolistic power to stifle anyone in America they disagree with, including the president. The debate over whether to regulate big social media is not one that fits free market parameters, but instead is a debate about whether Republicans and President Trump want to protect monopolistic corporations or protect freedom of speech. Twitter has thus far defended its fact-check army. OAN asked Twitter if Yoel Roth would continue to be head of site integrity in light of his personal bias against the president. A Twitter spokesperson replied, "No one person at Twitter is responsible for our policies or enforcement actions, and it's unfortunate to see individual employees targeted for company decisions." Chanel Rion, One American News, the White House.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.